round. Coming up, we have Emma Abrams of the Sunrise Movement here in Charleston.
Hello. Hello, my name is Emma Abrams, and I am a member of the Sunrise Movement Hub here in Charleston that we've started up over the past year. Pessimism has become my generation's version of climate denial because we are acutely aware that climate change is real and that our lives will be drastically impacted. But some of us have become convinced that nothing we can do will matter and that no one is listening. Why should we bother with the oat milk if we're all going to die anyways? Perhaps even worse is the burnout that activists highly involved in the movement face when looking back of what feels like decades of inaction in the face of looming apocalypse. And every day I can feel the nihilism. The very easiest thing is to be hopeless. Activism has eaten up my childhood and now most of my teenager years because I felt I had to be involved. And I feel a lot of resentment towards adults who say that my generation will save us because we didn't get to make the decision to be cast as heroes. Early into my career as an activist, I said that climate wasn't my issue, and surely that was someone else's problem to figure out. Here I am now, and I've spent the last 3 years fighting the climate fight. How did I get over the nihilism? I've lived in Charleston my entire life, and as Charlestonians, we are already facing the impacts of climate change. As a young queer woman growing up here in Charleston, I've had a complicated relationship with the city. But to get over that nihilism hump, I had to choose to have that relationship with my home, and I had to choose to make the movement local to me and my community. Local level activism is often overlooked within larger movements, but local level action is climate action. We need young people involved today to start seeing drastic changes within their own communities. At a local and state level, I think it is totally possible to build a model for a sustainable future that we can adopt at a national level. Movements grow and move up a chain, and that's why we call them grassroots. This past December, the town of James Island passed a climate resolution declaring climate change a viable threat, the first municipality in the entire state of South Carolina to do so, and outlining a plan to deal with it. We're a town of around 12,000 people on the forefront of the race against rising waters, and we're able to enact a plan to deal with it. A few months later, the much larger Charleston County passed a similar resolution. Young people's activism was vital in the passage of both of these. Charleston County Council received over 200 letters of support for their resolution, and I'm very proud to say that my peers and I contributed to this very impressive sum. These small victories give us hope to keep going. More than making the movement local, I had to choose to love the community around me. One of the principles of the Sunrise Movement that always sticks out to me is that we take care of ourselves, each other, and our shared home. Activism and action is not meant to be a solitary thing. In the climate movement, I have made some of my dearest friends. I have felt supported and loved as we choose together to know we can be better. The movement to protect the environment is also the movement to protect us and our shared communities. Knowing we can be better is an act of love. Knowing we can make our homes better is an act of love. I'm the co-founder and current chairwoman of my high school's Environmental Sustainability Club. At our first meeting this school year, over 40 people showed up, most of them freshmen who have never participated in a club before. This seeing so many young faces makes me incredibly hopeful, but it also makes me personally nervous that I will be responsible for leading these people and encouraging their growth, and most importantly, establishing a nurturing and loving environment for them to grow as activists. I hope you will all join these freshmen in shaking off the nihilism and showing up, even if it means giving up your lunch period. Thank you.